Testing sound, testing sound, testing sound. Buck, 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 buck. It is a rainy day here in Southern California, but I promised y'all weekly videos, so I am out here getting it done. Rain or shine, the show must go on. Did I say that right? Yeah. Rain or shine. The last video I made was sharing the top 5 mistakes that I made as a beginner chicken keeper, in hopes that in sharing it can provide some insight. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the top 5 things that I did right when I started my flock. Not for the sake of bragging about my wins as a chicken mother, but rather in hopes that it will also provide some valuable information to you if you already have chickens, or if you're maybe a chicken curious viewer thinking about dipping your toes in the fabulous world of backyard chicken keeping. Before we really get into it, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to all my new subscribers, especially while I'm just starting out on this channel and still getting my footing. It really means the world to me to have your support and to have people start following along. Like I said, I have committed to weekly videos, so if you're here, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. If you're returning, hi! Thanks so much for continuing to watch my stuff. Without any further ado, let's get into it, starting with the first thing that I did right when I started my flock: breed selection. Although I did impulsively adopt my first 2 chickens, I literally did a quick Google search at a feed supply store to make sure that Buff Orpingtons were going to be good, beginner-friendly chickens. Clicked around a little bit, saw that they were good. I was already bonded to the 2. But where I really went right was once I realized I had a surprise rooster and I needed to expand my flock to have more hens, I took time to research the breeds that I wanted. I coordinated with the feed store and I talked to them about what breeds they had available, what breeds were coming in over the next couple weeks, and I researched each and every one of them to sort of curate a really strong beginner batch of chickens that would create my first flock. One of the fun things about chicken keeping is learning about the variety of breeds that there are. There are so many different breeds of chickens. Each have unique origins, unique traits, unique behaviors. You're looking for breeds that are going to be easily manageable, that are going to get along with each other. So docile temperaments that work well together if you're going to do a mixed breed flock. Make sure to take into consideration the type of climate you live in, because different chickens do better or do worse in different types of weather. I'm very happy with the breeds that I chose. They get along great. There's not one singular bully. Of course, they have a pecking order and they get on each other, but their temperaments really mesh well together, and they've done well in the climate here, and they've been really easy to handle and really easy to keep healthy and happy. Let's talk about the second thing that I did right: being extremely hands-on with my chickens from day one. I knew that chickens could be companion animals, and that's what I wanted when I got my chickens, but I had no idea the depth of the relationship that you can form with your chickens and just how special your relationship to each one of your chickens can be. When this one here turned out to be a rooster, because we had that trust and understanding, yes, we still had to navigate a lot of behavioral changes, but we were able to do that. I just kept reminding myself of the little chick that I knew he was inside, and just continuing to strive for the most thorough level of understanding that I could with him, so that we could maintain a close relationship as he matured into the very handsome and fantastic rooster that he is today. Yeah. I'm talking about you. When my chicks were growing up, I spent so much time with them. I would just stare at them and watch them for hours in their tub. I took them out to play with me, sit at my desk with me, lay on my bed with me. I took them outside for outings, hands-on outings. Even if I had started with adults, I would have dedicated the exact same amount of attention to each one of my new chickens to establish that I'm a safe, loving human being who just wants to be a friend and a caretaker to them. Also helped me be much more in tune with what they need, where their emotional state is at, where their physical state is at, so that I can navigate any problems that arise. I don't want this to be deceptive by showing only how cuddly my rooster is, because we definitely still have behavioral things that we have to navigate. I'm definitely going to make a video diving into rooster behavior, but I just wanted to touch on that the relationship you see us have did take a lot of work, does take a lot of consistent work, because you see this, don't think that you're just automatically going to get a super cuddly rooster. It takes time and love and work and patience and all that stuff. Let's move on to the third thing that I did right: integration. I'll make a video going into detail about the steps to properly integrate chicken chickens together. But for now, I just want to touch on the fact that I did take time to integrate, and that's something that you definitely need to research if you are expanding or adding to your flock. Chickens have very complex relationships with each other, and they have to have balanced relationships and dynamics for your flock to be harmonious. It's a very interesting process to watch. It helps you care for them better if you understand the dynamics within your flock. I embraced the process of integration and actually ended up learning so much about chickens because of that. All right, let's move on to the fourth thing that I did right. I cut no corners when building their setup. I made a video going into detail about the safety features of their setup. I'm going to put that video at the end of this one so you can check that out if you're interested. I also included a lot of enrichment in their setup as well. I was extremely thorough when I was designing and building the setup that they were going to live in. Having enough space and enrichment isn't just about happiness. It prevents behavioral issues from arising, which can turn into health issues. So if you want a healthy flock, it's really important to make sure you don't cut any corners with the safety and the size of your setup. Chickens really do require so much more space and engagement than the baseline requirement recommends. Not cutting corners in your setup is really a balance between space and safety. If I do say so myself, I really nailed both categories in the safety and the happiness arena. It's going to save you so much hassle and heartache as time goes on. You're just so cute. You're so cute. You're such a cute boy. Mwah. There's nothing quite like cuddles with chickens on a rainy day. What's wrong? What's wrong, Dennis? Okay, last but not least, let's talk about the fifth thing that I did right. I was 100% committed to these chickens once I got them. Full chicken mom status. Once I got them, I prioritized them. I was attentive to everything they needed. Something that you'll learn when you get chickens, or if you already have them, you already know this. There's always this ebb and flow of day-to-day things that come up that you either have to learn, you have to continuously research, or you have to tend to. Maybe there's a broken fence, or there's a chicken who needs a little bit of home remedy medical attention. I had a power outage when my chicks were babies, so I had to run out and get a generator to make sure that they still had their heat lamp so they could stay warm enough. Continuously learning, continuously researching, continuously getting to know them. I am fully 100% all in, cross my heart, and hope to die for these chickens. There's so much information with chicken care. You're probably not going to know all of it before you get your chickens. It's good to prepare, but it's also a learn as you go type of thing. And if you have the passion for your chickens, then that's going to be enough to carry you through it and help you navigate what it takes to care for backyard chickens. I hope you liked this video and found it informative. If you did, let me know in the comments. Give it a like, subscribe. If you are a chicken keeper, let me know what you did right when you started your flock. I want to hear. I have these two videos that I made touching on the mistakes that I made as a beginner chicken keeper, and also going into the details of the safety features of my chicken setup. I'm Madeline, this is Earthlings Uncaged, and I'm passionate about keeping animals safe and happy. You're so beautiful. I'll never forget the first time we laid eyes on each other.